These few lines of code just bought Bitcoin on Kraken with a take profit attached. One call, the code handles the rest. I am a trading automation software engineer, and these days, to be honest, AI coding tools are getting so powerful, can write tons of lines of code in just a few minutes. But that also means you can quickly lose control, especially if you don't know the technicalities of algo trading well. So what I want to share with you today is robust open source code are made to interact with the Spot API on Kraken. We'll look into futures and market data another time. So the point here is twofold. What we'll mainly do, I will be illustrating how to use things with this notebook, and from fetching balance, placing orders, adding conditions like take profit stop losses, trailing stop losses, batching orders together, canceling them, editing them, amending them, all of that. So that's what we will do in practice now in a minute. But I want to mention before that this in there is including, in my opinion, all the important foundations to build trading automation, whether you're using an AI agent to help you code or go faster, or you do things mostly manually, you have everything in there to build from. And typically you can feed that to your AI and ask to, with the Jupyter notebook as an illustration and the important coding things behind, it will be able, I believe, to do wonders. So what I want to mention, even though we won't go into the detail, I'm saying that now, so it's done. But important things that are under the hood is a proper client, which is what handles signing your request with your API keys, handling private requests or public requests. A Spot connector, it's the layer on top, which is what interacts with the server. So all the inputs are encoded in there doing the requests. I don't know, you see like place order batch, an example. So we won't go into the details, but this is what you see here when I say spot.getBalance. It uses the connector, which itself uses the client. Another thing that's under the hood, two other things, rate limiter, super important. When you're doing automation, you'll be doing a lot of requests to the server, the Kraken server, and you can't just do that. You have limitations on how often you can do. So several per second, of course, but not 1,000 generally. So this rate limiter is there to throttle, to handle this properly. Another thing, exchange, when you interact via API and also on the platform, you can't often put a price with a lot of digits after, well, a lot of digits, or an amount with indefinite amount of digits. And so you need to round, you need to truncate properly, and this is all embedded inside the connector, so you don't need to handle it. We can just have fun, place orders, all of that, and this is all embedded inside the code. One last thing before we get going, all the resources are included in an article down below where I explain things even more pedagogically. If you like reading in your own time, you have everything in there. Let's go. Step one, installing the code. Super easy. You'll get from the article to this page here, the channel's GitHub, and in the repository Kraken Trading Kit. And then you can just git clone. So whether you're using Mac, Linux, or PowerShell, it's the same thing. You open a terminal from in the folder where you want to install the code, and then you can do a git clone. And once it's finished, you go inside CD, inside Kraken Trading Kit. Great. Then installing the actual code, super easy. We're using UV as a project manager, if you know it. And the dependencies, very simple. We have requests for our API request. Pandas is actually for the public data for another time. This is to load API keys via .env. So with a proper environment management, we'll get into this, and Jupyter Notebook stuff. Super easy. So the point is, why am I saying this? Here, this is VS Code, by the way. And what we do is we do to the actual installation is very simple. It's just do UV sync. So I'll just do it with you. I'll download packages. My internet connection is not great at the moment where I am, but yeah, it's quite fast. There you go. And what we will after do, and I should show you, is this has created the virtual environment here. So all the packages to the versions that we need are installed locally in the folder of the code. That's like a good general practice that we use in coding, so it doesn't mess up with other versions that you might have in other codes, etc. Anyways, the point is, I just want to run this because in VS Code, then you'll have to select this virtual environment. You generally have the one star here. That's the one that you want. Great. Now, step 2 is to configuring the API keys. As you see here, we are actually importing the API keys from a .env. That's an important practice that we have in coding, is that sensitive information like API keys, which give the permission to this code to place orders on your Kraken account, we don't put it in the code itself. So this notebook, all the connectors, the library behind, this can be shared with an AI tool, with a collaborator, a third party. There is no sensitive credentials. They are all in the .env, which is the file that you should never share. So how do we do this? So you will get the .env example. You can just copy paste this file, or just simply scratch and remove the .example in the name. So it becomes .env, and in that .env, you will come and plug in your API credentials here. So how do you find those on Kraken? Well, actually, I'm using Pro. I would suggest in general, I find Pro better. But the point, the Pro platform, but the point is you come here, you go in settings. This is my dev testing account. So you can see here, sorry, I should have mentioned first, we come here into connections and API, create API key, and we attribute permissions. So query here is important. For example, this is to get your balance. So if you want to automatically size your position knowing your balance, a get balance requires these permissions. And then these are all the placing orders, trading ones. You can also add restrictions here. This is up to you. So actually, I'll just do it so we see what comes out of this, and we do generate key. I'll use my passkey. Let's do that. And there you go. You get those API keys. I'm showing you, you can just come copy in your .env, you come and paste them. There you go. I will delete all of this because it's confidential information, but you get the gist of it. Awesome. Setup takes a bit of time, but now we're set. We can go and start having fun. So I'll just remove this. I'll just, for the sake of it, rerun this thing. Okay, everything is good. To check that the authentication, the API keys worked, everything, as we said, we can do a spot get balance, and I have 15 on my spot account. And by the way, I should mention, just in case you don't know how to transfer between spot futures, you come here on portfolio, you get to transfer, you can change things here. Very good. So let's get back to the code. This is done. First thing I wanted to illustrate is actually get ticker. This is to get the ticker information about symbols on Kraken. The way the symbols, how you identify them, is a bit peculiar. BTC, USDC, so the pair symbol with BTC as the base currency and USDC as the quote currency is identified as this XBTC USDC. You can look at this endpoint here where you will see all the symbols that you have on Kraken. Why am I showing this? First, because getting the price info would be important in any automation often, but we will need it to do some little conversions. So why am I showing you this? Is that with this spot get ticker, you get a dictionary with a lot of information. And we're using in here, when we want to place a market order, to convert. Why? Because the API, the quantity that Kraken likes to use, is in the base currency. And in my mind, for me, it's a bit hard to think in terms of BTC, Ethereum, whatever. When I'm trading, I have a portfolio, an amount of USDC, for example, and I want to think that I'm placing a trade of that amount in USDC. So I'm doing a little conversion. Let's say for the example here, I am putting that what I'm doing is a buy of BTC, USDC, or BTC, beg your pardon, therefore, of $5. I'm converting this, dividing by the mid price. So this will convert to the amount of BTC in base currency. A little validate here, important. This is a cool thing of Kraken, which is you can just do everything until placing the order. So if you put validate true, it will just check that everything worked well, but it will not place the order. So we can just do a little run here, and you can see, okay, it would have done that. But now I would suggest that we actually place the order together. So let's do this. And what we get here, the return is the order ID. And if we come here, we should have seen somewhere that, let's see, you can see I don't know if I showed you before, but I now have a bit of Bitcoin, which is exactly what we wanted, to buy about 5 USDC worth of, we see it here. Very good. Okay, now placing a limit order. So you just see it's very similar. It's just that we added a keyword argument here, price equal price. So the code actually handles behind if this argument is this parameter, beg your pardon, is given. That means it is a limit order that we're requesting. So I'm giving the price here 50,000, lower than what is worth Bitcoin at the moment, so that the order will stay open and not execute immediately. So you know what? Same thing, buy $5. Let's just run it. We have the order ID. Very good. So if we come here, I should probably come on spot, and then we should see that we have an open order. There we go. Open order, buy, limit. We have everything. Great. Okay, so now an order with a conditional close attached to it. So stop loss or take profit. Same kind of idea. This time I've created a special function for this place order with close, but actually the same thing. If you put price, it makes it a limit order. And on top of this, we need to configure what is the close type. So we're doing stop loss. Here you have the case of a take profit, and also, the close price of the condition. So the close price of the stop loss. And you can see, so will be same idea. We're putting the limit order at 50,000 and close price, the stop loss price at 45. One very cool thing about the Kraken API is that you can put some relative prices. So, and this is not me who has coded that, it's the Kraken API that allows to do that. And maybe actually we'll just illustrate with this. So instead of putting a price, you can just put this 8% and it will interpret it properly. So that's great. It means put a stop loss at 5% under my entry price. Very good. So you know what? I'll just run it and we can go and see it. Previously, I closed the order. We already have it appearing here. Very good. So that's our limit order. And something you should have seen is that we have a conditional order as well. So that is indeed the stop loss that is attached to this order here. Great. So it worked. We're super happy. I close this. We might as well do the take profit now. And let's maybe illustrate this guy saying it's a total amount above, because we're doing a take profit. We want total amount above the price. So there we go. And actually here I've commented price. So this price means is not used actually, and you'll be opening a position. So sorry, buying BTC. And we should also see that we have a conditional order with it. And you can see here, very good. We have an active conditional order. Previously, it was a bit gray because it was passive. It would only become active once the limit order triggers. So there we go. Just a little break to let you know that if you want to create an account on Kraken, I have a registration link down below. It will give you a little welcome bonus gift information down there. But you should also know that this is a huge support for the channel because it means I will be getting some commissions back at no cost to you. And this really encourages me and helps me in carrying on releasing open source and free content like this. So thanks very much if you do use that link. And one last little note, that registration link doesn't work if you have a VPN on, so you'll have to turn it off to do the registration. But then you can trade on Kraken with your VPN on, there is no problem. Okay, so with conditional close, but with the limit variance, meaning that our condition closing order, the stop loss or the take profit, is now a limit order, meaning it would only become active if that price is hit first, the close limit price, which you see we're still using place order with close, but we've added the parameter close limit price. So let's actually run it and we will see that it should come here, appear. And there we go. We see it here. You can see it is gray. It is not active yet because the limit price now is filled as well. It will become active if this is here. So actually, let me just close this. And there we go. What I want to also tell you is that we're doing place order with close in the idea that you already know your closing condition when you're placing the order. But if for whatever reason you don't, or your automation is different, know that you can always place those conditional orders separately by using the place order. I'm giving the example here with a sell, thinking, that what we want, the stop loss is a sell, and put quantity, price, you see order type, stop loss. So let me just execute it. And what we should see here is that now we have only a conditional order. Remember here, I should have said it. I'm not doing stop loss limit. I'm doing stop loss. So it's an active order. It's not a limit order straight away. So we see active, etc. Limit price market. Very good. So actually I can cancel this. And what I should say is that trailing stop loss is the API seems not to support at the moment yet placing the order at the same time with this trailing stop loss embedded within the same request. So you can always add another request later with the trailing stop loss. So we can actually show this and show that we come here, we have our trailing stop, very good. Market, but you could do also the limit version, very good. But that would be you place your enter order and your bot or whatever places the order afterwards in another call. Know that if you want to merge this in the same call, you can probably use the batch orders where you put orders together in the dictionary and the helper place order batch will take care of it. I won't dwell into that. More details in the article if you need to explore that. Okay, so canceling, editing, amending orders. One important thing, we didn't store in a variable the transaction ID, order ID before because we were not using them. But if you want to cancel, edit, etc., to identify the order, you need to get the order ID. So that's why here, let me actually place this order. You can see I'm doing printing transaction ID and we have it here. So that if we want to cancel, for example, spot cancel, well, we just put the order ID and we'll work. Let me just show you that we indeed have our open order here, the limit order, very good, it's open, it hasn't triggered, all of that. Let's just exit, count one, very good. So probably it should have disappeared or we wait. And there we go. It didn't refresh fast enough. Connection is quite bad, but there you go. The other point is you can edit some orders or amend some orders. So amending some orders is really changing the order that's already on the order book. You cannot change all things because of the order book rules, but some you can, details in the article. So amend here. If you want to edit things that the amend order doesn't allow you to, the Kraken API doesn't allow you to, what you can do is an edit order, which is a bit of a shortcut where it reuses most of the information and you can change everything. Point is, you do remove yourself from the queue here. You're really creating a new order, canceling the previous, creating a new. Anyways, so there you go. And to finish, a few dead man switch, whatever, I'll let you have a look, check the article, and there you go. Well, I hope this was valuable to you. Don't forget the registration link if you need down below. Big thank you for your support. And if you ever need a professional software engineer to code your trading automation, etc., don't hesitate to contact me. Happy trading, take care, and see you soon.